Hey, hi there. Give me a minute. Good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is another curve flattening concert. We like to be in tune for the concert, and at least to the extent we can. So, good morning. I'm just playing a little catch up here. I realized at the last minute that I had not taken a picture of Charlie yet this morning, and I didn't have time to run outside with him. So instead, we have exactly the way he looks right now. He's behind one of the chairs, and there he is, snoozing away. He knows nothing's going on around here for the next little while, but he is a good boy. He's a very good boy. So I welcome you in here. I see Rhonda Scott Merrick, I think, was the first one in. Dave Van Allen on YouTube, and Tom Dietz, Michael Tierson, Karen Beatty, my dear friend, Donna Greenberg, Aretta and Ron, Connie Copy, Bob McKenna, and Warren and Janelle. Warren and or Janelle, I should actually say, because I never know. Although there are certain giveaways, sometimes I kind of know who's talking in there. So we've seen Charlie for this morning. Here's a little cloink, just water today. 2 coffees earlier. And a lot of guitars today. I have three guitars with me today we're going to use. Don't ask me why. I just felt like it. This first one was requested by someone. I can't remember who. It might be Bob McKenna. I'm not sure. He'll speak up if it is. Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending all my money and I didn't care, taking my friends out for a mighty good time. We was buying bootleg liquor and champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. I didn't have a friend and I had no place to go. If I ever get my hands on the dollar again, you know I'm gonna hang on to it till that eagle grins, 'cause nobody knows you when you're down and out. If in your pockets you haven't got a penny, then your friends, you haven't any, could let you get back on your feet again. And everyone becomes your long lost friend. It's mighty strange without a doubt. And nobody knows you when you're down and out. Yeah, just let you get back on your feet again. And everyone becomes your long lost friend. It's mighty strange without a doubt. Now nobody knows you when you're down and out. I mean, when you're down and out. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. From the 1920s, the last time we had a great pandemic, actually. And I see lots of more people here. I'm going to kind of go backwards on my feed. Tom Mobus on YouTube. Dave Mason in Scotland. Pam Zappardino in Maryland. Michael Miller in beautiful North Carolina. But that's an editorial comment on his part. Lori Payne is here from Northeast Ohio. And Keith Shaw also from Northeast Ohio. And Jack Haas from Connecticut, I assume. Charlie Bryant from the People's Republic of Montgomery County, Maryland. Jim Greco from near Rochester, New York. And Bob McKenna did request that song. It's a good request. I like it. Bob is in New York City. And Rich Fowler out there in Grand Blanc, Michigan. Linda Worcester in Western Mass, David Arthur Radcliffe in the UK, Slim Edelman in Tucson, Arizona, Steve Davidson in the suburbs of Philadelphia, Heidi, Jerry, and Keegan the dog in Monument, Colorado, Kate Mack on the West Coast in California, I think, Carol Pred in Mentor, Ohio, and she's in a French kind of mood today. And Ken Nashif in the Seattle area, still licking his wounds from the Mariner loss last night. Yes, apparently the Philly fans are as well. And my friend Rick, his wife is a big Penn State fan. She's not feeling the joy today. Deb Leiby Clark, normally in Ambler, but I think she's somewhere else right now. And that brings us back. Connie Copy, I said hi to already. She's in Philly. Loretta and Ron are in Philly. Donna Greenberg is in Philly. Karen Beatty is in New York City. Michael Tierson is in Haddon Township, New Jersey. Rhonda Scott Merrick in the Chicago area. Tom Dietz in Vermont right now, I believe. I think we covered just about everyone. Okay, and then Janet Clough is here, who's normally from Ohio, but she was like in the Great Northwest or something last time. Bill Rubenstein, my good friend, also in Connecticut, in West Hartford. And Helene Tober Fowler, like her husband Rich, in Grand Blanc, Michigan, I assume. So Jeanette Hubner is here, and I hope John is there too. And like that. So we're on to the next tune. The next tune is a request from our own Carol Pred here. And it is a Hoagie Carmichael one called The Nearness of You. And Marlene Burke is here. And Janet is back in Ohio. Had a good time in Oregon. You got out of there before the National Guard arrived, I assume. The Nearness of You. It's a real pretty one, and Carol did ask if I played that before. Yeah, that is actually a tune that I love, and therefore it is on my kind of general list of tunes that I have available. Sometimes just when I'm sitting around the house, sometimes when I'm doing a gig. Very often, if I play, occasionally, I haven't done it in a long time, but occasionally I used to get a gig playing at a art opening or something like that, where I would just be, what we call musical wallpaper, just be in the background. We call it learn while you earn, which it means you get to practice guitar for a few hours because nobody's really listening all that closely. But it's also a nice time to just play music you love, So this next one I'm calling a little audible here. If you see, I usually have my my teaser post that lists the tunes I'm going to do in order, but I'm putting it out of order today because of the guitar switches and stuff. Anyhow, I haven't played this in a long time. It's an old favorite of mine, Bob Dylan's Dream. And I really loved it when I was young, and because even though Bob Dylan was young, he was writing from the point of view of an older person, which is what I am now, just being perfectly honest about this. And I had this group of friends, some of them might be here today, who I was very fortunate, I've been very fortunate to have them really all of my adult life. And I don't want to get all emotional here, but, so I kind of dedicate this, to the people who are still here, Jim Moore and John Hubner and Russell Leisenheimer. And there are others who I'm out of touch with, but I think are still alive. My old friend Norm Wargle, who is my really closest friend all through junior high and high school. And Dale Yoger, who I've recently been back in touch with. I'm dedicating it to all these people you've never heard of, but some of you may have. And to the memory of Mark Smith, who was another real dear friend of ours who died way too young, and like that. But this is the song. While riding on a train going west, I fell asleep for to take my rest. I dreamed a dream, and it made me sad, concerning myself and the first few friends I had. With half-damp eyes I stared to the room where my friends and I had spent many an afternoon, where we together weathered many a storm, laughing and singing till the early hours of the morn. By the old wood stove our hats was hung, our words were told and our songs were sung, where we longed for nothing and were satisfied, talking and a-joking about the wicked world outside. With haunted hearts the heat and the cold. We never much thought we could get very old. We thought we could sit forever in fun, but our chances really, there was 1,000,000 to 1. As easy it was to tell black from white, it was all that easy to tell wrong from right. And our choices, they was few, for the thought never hit that the one road we traveled would ever shatter or split. Now many a year has passed and gone, and many a gamble has been lost and won, and many a road taken by many a first friend, and each one I've never seen again. Well, I wish in vain that I could sit simply, that we could sit simply in that room again. $10,000 at the drop of a hat, and I'd give it all gladly if our lives could be like that. Bob Dylan's Dream. So again, I dedicate that to Jim Moore, John Hubner, Russell Eisenheimer, to the memory of Mark Smith, to Norm Wargle, who's somewhere up there in Maine, and Dale Yoger, who I think is either in California or Florida. I'm not sure which. And Russ actually wrote a coda verse, which I don't do because it ruins the emotional content of the song. That would go, well, now there's a coda to this lovely tune, to all you are watching this fine afternoon. Lucky for us that Bob Dylan was wrong. Found my old friends when Facebook came along. That has a certain amount of truth to it as well. So let me just kind of see where we are here. I don't know. Aisling Bain is here. Hi, Aisling. And Carol Pred mentions that I have previously mentioned Lord Franklin. Now, there are other tunes, like that Donna Greenberg mentioned, that tune by David Wilcox. But Dylan actually co-opted even the lyrical structure of the tune, which you'll know next time I play Lord Franklin. Just keep it in mind. Alana Eager is here, my good friend from New Mexico. She and Richard. Ken Nash says he's got his fingers crossed for a Seattle Philly World Series. We'll see how it goes, buddy. We can argue with each other about it. Not that I care very much, actually. I'll root for the Mariners if you want. I think I've said hi to most of you. Keith Shaw, Linda Worcester, Bark. Sorry to waste all this time, but I love you guys, and I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I think I got you all. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, because as I say right now it's announcement time. And so I must tell you that that there are invisible people here because of the kind of software I use in order to make this a really nice sounding and nice looking presentation. That Facebook won't always give all the comments to my software. So that's why there are invisibles, and they include George Young of Winter Garden, Florida, Judith Fox of Reston, Virginia, Mario Prue, whose beautiful guitar I used on the first couple tunes. We'll get back to that. Of Iroquois Falls, Ontario, Canada, Joel Biget of France, and there may be others. Okay. And the Pasquas are here on YouTube, I see. And hello to you guys. And like that. So those are the invisibles, the guitars today. The first couple tunes, I played the Mario Prue RBL 00, the Raleigh Brown model. And that's a really lovely guitar for playing jazz standards on. And so I was going to use the pre-war, but nah, I thought I'd use the Prue. The pre-war was the one that looked like an old Martin. And that one was I used just now on Bob Dylan's Dream. That's a beautiful Brazilian rosewood and Adirondack spruce top. There's the Brazilian. And great guitar. The new, what we all want, we acoustic guitar players, what we all long for is a new guitar that's totally functional, that sounds like an old guitar. And those folks at Pre-War Guitars Company have knocked it out of the park. And then this guitar is the Martin OM18 Authentic, which is Martin's attempt to make a new guitar that sounds like an old guitar. And they did pretty good too. This is a lovely sounding guitar. And this is the newer one that I traded for. Getting rid of my Parker Fly, which I never used. This one's getting a lot of use. So those are the guitars for today. And this one is mahogany and Adirondack spruce. And then there, what else do we have? Oh yeah, there's always a PayPal link here, and Venmo if you'd like to contribute to the Charlie the Dog Veterinary Training Treat Buying Toy Producing Fund. And it ain't cheap owning Charlie, let me tell you. So all contributions are gratefully accepted, and but never expected or required. And the schedule I'm on right now, somebody will say who's on Monday, because I don't know. And on Tuesday, I think Cozy was like, it sounded like she was like 70% sure she wouldn't be here this week, but she might do Monday. I think she has some kind of medical thing on Tuesday. So look at Cozy's page, and because I texted her this morning, and she did not text me back, which means she's probably written me off of her friend. No, she probably is just busy. I think they had a gig last night. Maybe I'm wrong about that. So that's the schedule, and then I'll be back on Wednesday with my usual show. So Sunday, right now, me. Monday, me. Tuesday, maybe Cozy, maybe not. Wednesday, me. And then on Wednesday, I'll tell you the rest of the week, which usually includes our friends Warren Bendler and Slim Edelman and Bunny Barnes and is there someone else? Oh, and Warren Bendler, Slim, Bunny. Sometimes it includes Martin McNeil, who's a great blues player in England. Anyhow, we'll move on. So this one is an original, and I've been going through a kind of change recently. You guys, most of you who have been here for a while, know that right at the beginning of the pandemic, when things were worst, when there was no vaccine and we were all sequestered in our houses, that first year, I also had my wife was dying of cancer, and she died just shortly before the vaccines came out. And that was a really dark time in my life, and it's still, it's a grief that does not go away, but the rest of your life eventually comes up to blot it out. And I did the songwriter album at that time, and it was a snapshot of, in a way, a lot of it was a snapshot of my grief. It was my way of working through the grief, and so now I look at my originals and I kind of go, I don't feel like singing that griefy stuff right now. And so it's a little harder for me to pick out my originals that I want to do without doing the same ones again and again, But this one is one I really love, and there's a little bit of grief planted in there, but basically it's a I think of it as a thoughtful song. In the mornings I walk and I cry. The world is a beautiful place. I am moved by the lives passing by. The world is a beautiful place. When I was young, a wild girl graced my bed. The world is a beautiful place. It was rapture and joy that she shared, and the world is a beautiful place. But her wild heart led her away. The world is a beautiful place. She was too incandescent to stay. The world is a beautiful place. And then one night when I felt so alone, the world is a beautiful place. She appeared like a wraith at my door. The world is a beautiful place. And her love was so fierce on that night, and I never saw her again. For a while her brilliance blessed my life. I think of her still now and then. And in the mornings I walk and I cry. The world is a beautiful place. Me. It's nice to have a long past to look back on. So, let me see where we are here. So next up is a request. It's a request from Deb Libby Clark. She loves this one. Might have been somebody else who requested it this time. I'm not sure. And this is from a movie, a 1956 movie. The name of the movie was Unchained, and not a very successful movie, but the melody that was written for it by a guy named Alex North, and I think there's a co-writer on it, has really lasted a long time. It's been through several movies since then. So this is Unchained Melody. Unchained Melody. And we're going to put this beautiful Martin, which actually, Old is relative, but even though this is a reissue, a kind of a relic of a 1933 Martin, it's actually already 11 years old. So go figure. They all become old if you wait around a while. So I've one more for you today. We're right on schedule here. I always figure the Sunday shows are going to go about 45 minutes. Pardon me, and the Wednesday shows go about a half hour. And this is from the pen of somebody who is dearly missed at this point in time. Phil Oakes killed himself, hung himself in 1976. And if he had known the battles ahead, he might have stuck around. Who knows? But he's no longer with us, but his songs live on. And this one is really a song. It's not a political song in the, that sense, but it is a song about compassion, essentially, and empathy, and all the things which we know are what made America great in the first place and what are now being stripped away. So. Forgetting the first line. This is horrible. We'll do a little instrumental version. Show me prison, show me the jail, show me a prison man whose face is growing pale, and I'll show you a young man with many reasons why. There but for fortune may go you or I. Show me the alley, show me the train, show me the hobo who sleeps out in the rain. And I'll show you a young man with many reasons why. And there but for fortune may go you or I. Show me the whiskey stains on the floor, show me the drunken man as he stumbles out the door, and I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why. And there but for fortune may go you or I. Show bombs had to fall. Show me the ruins of the buildings once so tall, and I'll show you a young land with many reasons why. And there but for fortune may go you or I. There But for Fortune by Phil Oakes, and that counts as a request from Kit Serikaku, who just always says anything by Phil Oakes. So she gets the tip of the hat on that one. And I want to mention a couple things. My good buddy Ari Eisinger, I had lunch with him yesterday, and he is one of the great, the world's greatest blues guitarists of kind of old country acoustic blues from the 1920s and 30s, and he's taking students online. And so, you know, if you want to learn how to play jazz, if you want to learn how to play folk music, blah blah blah, come to me. I'll be glad to help you online or in person. But if you want to learn to play that really old time blues like Blind Blake and Blind Lemon Jefferson and so many others, you know, Son House, Bill Burnsie, any of that stuff, Ari Eisinger is the guy to go to. And look him up on YouTube. Listen to a couple of his tunes. Unbelievable guitar player, and also a dear friend of mine for about 40 years or so. And we went to, and he's also a great connoisseur of ethnic foods. So he finds these little out-of-the-way restaurants and then invites me to go eat with him. And I try to order. I've learned from previous experience that if I order what I like on the menu and then I'm eating and it's like, it's okay, and I look at what he's eating and I'm like, that looks really great. So now when we go out, I just say, whatever you're ordering, I'm going to get the pescatarian version of it. You know, if he has beef biryani, I'm going to get shrimp biryani. You know, and but we had a great time. And if you're looking for a great guitar teacher who teaches the note for note the really old, beautiful blues stuff, then he's your guy. I had something else I wanted to say, but I think I've forgotten what it is already. So thank you, as always, for joining me. I will leave you with a little mantra here. Be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. Love you guys. Hope to see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.